Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19 first. An apology and thank you. I don't know what happened. Well, yeah, I don't know what happened on the Audie Crooks video. I apologize for that. As you could hear my voice, I was showing you video of her and breaking down some of her stuff and showing highlights of Camilla. And obviously, that is not what all of you saw, even though that's what I saw on my screen. And I just had it happen in another video I was doing, which thankfully I didn't put up because of all your comments. It turns out, for some reason, in my recording software, something got changed that I never even touched. So it's got what I'm showing, and then when I switch tabs to show you all, but for some reason the program was set up that it was only showing the original page that I had going. So apologies again. I'm going to try and get the audio one fixed and up, but I wanted to talk about in this one Iowa for a couple of reasons. One, they're kind of flying, they're getting attention, obviously, because Caitlin went there last year. So it's still like, how are they adjusting? But they're also kind of flying under the radar. No one expected a ton from them. They lost 5 games in a row earlier in the season, and everyone's like, well, hey, they lost Caitlin, they lost Kate, Gabby's gone. It's a different team. They're not a Yukon or a South Carolina getting all these top recruits, but they seem to be hitting their stride, and I think they need to get some props for that because they may very well be able to do some damage in the tourney. On top of that, we got to talk a little bit more about Lucy Olsen. They have now won 2 games in the Big Ten tournament in the opening round against Wisconsin. Lucy hit her 2000th career point. Yes, something the de facto number one seed, a number one draft pick, Paige Beckers, did not that long ago as well. So I just want to go through a couple of big plays from the game and then go through some stuff with Lucy to talk about, which is because what she's done. Again, I said this in a previous video, but I got to give her a lot of props. That takes a special mentality to decide to go to Iowa when you're already a top player, right? Lucy Olson was a top player. I think what second or third or maybe fourth in the nation. Brain freeze. Let me know in the comments below. I'll say top 5 at Villanova scoring last year. Transfers to Iowa right after Caitlin Clark leaves. That's something special. Mentally, that's something special. So this is the opening bucket of the game. One thing you will see that a lot of coaches talk about, defense is what gives you easy buckets on offense, right? Defense is the best offense, and you are going to see Hannah here. Yes, Hannah. She's going to fight through a screen, fight through traffic down low, get into a denial position, not make the pass into the post easy, and boom, we're out and we're in transition. Michigan State can't pick everyone up. Wide open three. It is a bucket, and that is the first bucket of the game for Iowa. We had this. Gotta show Lucy with her mid-range game, right? I This is blurry because that's what they showed, guys. It's not me. Sorry about that. Good handles. Good, almost lost it there. Nice spin, keeps it low under control. Up high release. I love Lucy Olsen's mid-range game. Everything about it. Her ability to get her shot, the shot itself. She shoots at the peak of her jump when she's in the mid-range. She's got a high release. It's unblockable. It's difficult to disrupt that shot. This I'm going to show you from a few different angles. We got to shout this out because look, I know the media's doing the whole thing with trying to replace Caitlin by comparing everything to her. I'm only comparing this because just like I said, Lucy coming in here, replacing Caitlin Clark deserves props. So yeah, I am going to say this pass looks a little Caitlin Clark like. I just gotta say, great scrappy defense again. Gets out. Lucy Olsen flip, boom, perfectly in stride, not an inch off, not an inch off. And I'll show you another angle to show you that, so you can kind of see the whole thing from a better. And one thing I like to point out, this is what I mean by I've kind of always watched it. Sports a lot of times that's from a coach's standpoint in a way, as well as a fan. I got that from my dad, but you'll see, I think that's Ava. You'll see her quickly while still in the defensive half. She just puts her arm out. She's letting Lucy know, yeah, I am making that run to the basket. Hit me. I'm ready for it. I'm open. There you see the hand. Lucy flips it up perfectly in stride. Doesn't break it at all. We're going to look at that one more time. You can see there goes the hand. Lucy flips it up. Doesn't break her stride at all. Great finish. Yes, she did get the foul as well. So I'll just have to add one more thing because of course, we've got to see this, right? Here it is from another angle. There it is. There's the foul. And yep, there we go. Somebody's cheering on courtside seats. Courtside. I don't get courtside. I mean, if you want to talk about privilege, my friends, that right there is the epitome of privilege. And it is disgusting. I'm kidding, obviously. Oh, I mean, I know most of you get that, but it's wild. It's wild. Some people just refuse. They refuse sarcasm. And then Ava, love this. Ava's tight game. 8 minutes to go in the fourth. 4-point lead. Ava seals off underneath. Boom. As soon as she gets that defender off her back, on her back, she seals her. And then it's just a quick step and turn to the hoop. Nice little lay in for a bucket. Show that one more time because it's a really short video. She lets her know she's got her sealed and she's wide and she's not going to let that defender reach around at all. Turns away from her to give herself an open look at the rim. Finishes it off. And then here we go. Remember what I said about 10-2 in their last 12 after that 5-game losing streak? Lucy Olsen has shown up. 21.9 points per game, 4.8 assists per game, 3.7 rebounds, 1.7 steals, over 50% from the field, 48.3% from three as the Hawkeyes go 10-2. And the only two losses are Ohio State. They lost in overtime. And then the 2-point loss at the end of the game on the free throws on the bogus call to UCLA. Okay. So, and one more thing to show with a couple more things to show with Lucy that'll be quick, but I wanted to play this because I agree with this completely. And it's nice to see her get these
I
shots.
think for Iowa, Lucy Olsen needs to be the X factor for that team. She has been playing incredibly well. She can score that ball in the mid-range. She's insane in the mid-range. But I love the fact that she has taken it upon herself to step up on that side of the floor. Iowa has won 9 of their last 11 games because of what she's been able to do. So I think she needs to bring it here in Indy.
There you go. Insane in the mid range. I completely agree. 9 of 11. That was obviously, this was pregame for Michigan State. They're now 10-2 in their last 12. And we have, where is it? Here we go. This is another example. Two things I want you to see in this. He gets up off the floor, right? She shoots in the mid-range, she shoots an actual jump shot where the release is at the peak of her jump, and then the release point itself is high. It's at forehead level, kind of that forehead top of the head level that you see. Makes it very difficult to defend. It's a more accurate shot than this stuff coming up from the stomach or the waist. And it's just a really, really fundamentally sound, nice looking jump, and boom, and finish. And it is a bucket. And I think she's doing that better than anyone in the college game right now. That mid-range shot, that mid-range part of her game. And then we have this, which is Lucy in the previous game against Wisconsin. There it is, 2,000 points, something the number one seed just did very, very recently. And just these are a couple highlights from the game. And I believe you'll see this first one. This is the one that got the 2,000. Appropriate for it to be a three-pointer after coming in to replace Caitlin Clark, I think. And again, there's some more of that mid-range. Look at, I mean, she's smooth. She is smooth in that mid-range portion of the game. I love the way she moves. She's quick. She's got good handles. Lucy Olsen can play, my friends. I think she's a sleeper because I haven't seen a mock draft that has her being taken, and I don't understand it. I don't know why. It's not like she didn't have a great year last year. So I think somebody's going to get a deal if they're smart enough to take Lucy Olsen and give her time to develop a little bit because her mid-range game is, and here's that three again, step, shoot, even her three, she doesn't do the pure jump shot, right? But she still gets off the court and the release is high. It's a quick high release from the top of the head. Last one, I know you're getting dizzy, but it's a short one. But yeah, so I think that was the 2,000 pointer right there. And then this we just so you know, see here it is. Boom, beat Wisconsin, beat Michigan State. Ohio State is next, the number 3 seed. They lost to them in overtime. If they can get by them, they would probably get UCLA most likely, who they just played recently and only lost by 2. So Iowa can do some damage in the Big Ten tournament. I think they're going to be a sleeper in the tournament. It's going to be interesting to see what the draw ends up. What kind of seed is Iowa going to get? Here's where you can see it, right? After one, yeah, it was five. They lost five in a row. Then they won eight in a row. Then you had the losses to Ohio State in overtime, two-pointer to UCLA, and then two wins in the tournament, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. Two wins at the end of the season, and then two wins in the tournament. So I read that wrong, but yeah. So there are two losses in the last 12 games, overtime and 2 points to Ohio State and UCLA. So Iowa's on a nice little run. Gotta shout out and give props to Lucy Olsen for being willing to come into Iowa and take on that role. And even if no one else is putting that kind of pressure on, she understands what she's doing and what she's stepping into. So props for her for stepping up and sort of coming into her own as the season went along, getting more and more comfortable in her role, get more and more comfortable with Iowa and saying, hey, you know what? I've got to help put this team on my back a little bit and do what I'm capable of doing and just go out and ball. And we're seeing the results. And Iowa's peaking at the right time. They're poised that they could do some damage in this tournament. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you so much about the Audie Crooks video. And I apologize again. I'll try and get that fixed. I don't know why I don't play around with. I just use my setup as it is and don't play around with it. Something weird happened. I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.